Afternoon, NBA 17. Well, welcome to our draft recap. Big thanks to all the owners who came out on Wednesday night for a fun and an exciting draft night. Let's see how everybody did according to Fantasy Pros. We're going to rank teams on 3 categories. The first is how they did overall compared to the draft experts, then how we compared within the league ourselves, and then finally assigning a draft grade, merging the two together. The first team we're going to look at is Team Ciadella. And looking overall, their team, well, there's no green on that, but they're pretty well balanced. Nothing really standing out, tight end being the strongest position, and that can also be seen in the center graph, comparing the results with every other team in the league. And that overall nets them a B- to start the year. No team drafted terribly, which was good news. Next, the interested student, the auto pick draft, which finished 11th out of 12 overall in drafting. Very strong running back tandem anchored that. And you can see that they're on the screen as well. Of course, Adrian Peterson making a big difference there. Draft grade of B- for them as well. Team Gimbal up next. We can see there very strong flex options, wide receiver and tight ends, but then it does fall after that looking at the running back and beyond. That's also reflected here in the graph. You can see that the wide receiving core, first of all, both options are very strong and a positive tight end as well. That nets them a B. So good average there. Some room for improvement, of course. The Jonah is up next now with very strong defense, special teams, some flex options and running back, but their wideouts and their quarterback leave a lot to be desired. So you can see here the defense of the Seahawks anchoring their team, along with some strong flex options, and that nets them a B for their overall draft grade. Team Harsh up next, looking overall very strong quarterback, running back, and kicking, but again, the wideouts and the PPR are low, and in the PPR league, that is a liability. And over here, Cam Newton anchors their team as the #1 quarterback. Some strong running back options as well. Let's see if they can find some whiteouts, or maybe the rookies will pan out, giving them a B+ as a draft grade. Stat Pad Warriors are next. That's my team. That's Commish. Over here, strong tight end, defense, special teams, decent wideouts, but flex options are limited, and we can see that here, along with each team's rankings, giving the Commish a B+ overall. Next, show me your TDs. Over here, very good wideouts, good quarterback, nothing that's really off the charts though, and also the flex options are limited, and the defense could be a liability. You can see their marks here, along with the rest of the league. Again, #1 wide receiver there, Odell Beckham anchoring the team and giving them an A- for their draft grade. Team Diaz up next here, very strong wideout core, beast of a wideout core, gives them a litany of flex options, but the tight ends and running backs are slim. We can see that here. Of course, Antonio Brown anchoring that team, along with Aaron Rodgers at QB, gives them an A- to start off the year. You can TD's nuts. Very strong tight end and special teams units, quarterback and running back okay, but again, the wideouts and flex are going to be tough. In the PPR league, those do matter. Again, you can see there, Rob Gronkowski leading the charge on You Can TD's nuts, gets them an A- overall. House of Quality, I'm going to give the vote for the best team name. Let's see how they drafted. Tight end and quarterback and defense are strong. Depth is minimal at the flex spot, so that could be a potential liability for this team. However, the rest of the team is pretty solid, and that nets them an A for their draft grade. Team Wiggins up next now. The flex and wide receiver options are very strong. They drafted well in the middle to late rounds. Quarterback and especially running back are going to be tough though, but in a PPR league you definitely want to emphasize the flex and wide out spots, and you can see that within the league as well, and that nets them an A. If we have to pick a team winner, we're going to go with Can of Whoop Ass as having the highest rated draft overall. Again, running back, flex, and wideouts very strong. Kicking and quarterback a little bit lower, but there is a lot of parity in those positions, so if there isn't strength there, it's not going to be as big a deal. So we'll see how that plays out on the field, but they get the final draft grade and they get an A as well. Again, all this is based off of Fantasy Pros data, and there's a reason that they play the games. So some key important announcements that you need to know as well too. On Thursday, don't forget we have our first game. It is the Panthers versus the Broncos, and on Monday we have Pittsburgh versus Washington, and then we'll be having St. Louis versus San Francisco on Monday night. So make sure you set your lineups, and if you have not already, make sure you pay your dues. Until the commission gets paid, no one else gets paid as well. So in the meantime, have a great Labor Day weekend. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in class. Make sure your lineups are good to go, and best of luck to everybody. Catch you later.